Another reason we choose silence, besides protecting ourselves and our kids, is to protect the pro-choice movement. And as I talked a little bit about this morning, our stories don't really have a place in a lot of pro-choice discourse and rhetoric, right? The heads that get stuck that we can't get out. The heads that get stuck that we can't get out. The hemorrhages that we manage. And I actually think, and I've been pretty vocal about it, so I'll say it here, that it's been a failure of ignoring the fetus is a luxury of activists and advocates. If you are in there every day with women and if you're a provider, you can't ignore the fetus, right? Because the fetus is your marker of how good job you did, right? If you don't account for all the parts and you don't look carefully, you may be setting someone up for infection or hemorrhage or whatever. The fetus matters clinically to us. Not to mention that women know what's in there. About 2/3, over 60% of women are already mothers, and the remainder want to be mothers. They're not stupid. They know what's in there. So the idea, I actually think we should be less about denying the reality of those images, more about acknowledging that, yeah, that's kind of true. So given that we actually see the fetus the same way, and given that we might actually both agree that there's violence in here, ask me why I come to work every day. Let's just give them all the violence, it's a person, it's killing. Let's just give them all the violence, it's a person, it's killing. Let's just give them all that.
Someone started to talk about her feelings about doing second trimester abortions. And it just spontaneously went into this very, very intense dimension of our work, of the feelings of revulsion, etc. And I decided, unprepared as I am, to read some of those comments to you. One of them said, "I don't like saying I'm dismembering a fetus. It makes me feel bad." Another, "An eyeball just fell down into my lap, and that is gross." And an eyeball just fell down into my lap, and that is gross. And but I'm saying to myself, this abortion is going well, and it's going safely, so I'm fine. Another comment. My coping mechanism is to focus on the baby fetus. Reverence for something that was once alive and now it's not. That's the hard part about this stigma. I have an issue with patient pain. It makes me feel like I'm a bad person inflicting pain. I take that home with me, and I have a really hard time with it. And I thought these comments were just really profound and really, really wonderful.
Gestational age limits. We are constantly trying to defend what gestational age limit within our institution it is proper to offer abortion services. The two chief places this comes from are department chairman and again nursing administration, and they come at it from different vantage points, and I've learned over time you have to be prepared for these vantage points. Department chairmen tend to come at this from the standpoint of, we offer cesarean sections at this gestational age, so why would we ever offer terminations at a later gestational age than that earliest age? In other words, if we'll do a section at 22 weeks, why are we going to 24 weeks for D&Es? Nursing tends to come at this from a different vantage point, and I think the panel has picked up on this, the aesthetics of a procedure. Our labor floor nurses have many times argued that they don't like seeing D&E procedures or abortion procedures, and they want feticidal injections before a certain gestational age, or don't want to be involved with procedures at a certain gestational age. We do recommend the feticidal injections after a certain gestational age, but interestingly, only because we don't believe that we can guarantee at the extremes of gestational age, depending on dating, that there won't be subject to resuscitation, that there won't be subject to resuscitation against the patient's wishes. I wish I could say otherwise at our institution, but we recommend fetal injection after a certain gestational age, but it is always the patient's prerogative to refuse.